Okay, so we're good. My mic is there. Um, so I'll just start and then talk about this. I figure this is a music channel. Might as well give my impressions of Escapade 2026. So this happened end of June. I should have probably figured out the dates. Um, it was not that it matters. June 26, 27, 28. 2026. So there's tons of. Let me just start the video. There's not going to be any music, unfortunately, because I don't want it. I don't want this to get copyright struck. I'm also not going to be speaking to the video that's playing on screen because this is just all clips. Just remember heads or tails, and there's Marco Bonami in a second. Um, there's the clips are just too small for what I want to mention. But just keep in mind that I'm going to talk about everybody that I saw this year, which is extensive. The first video said that there's so many people to see this year, and that's true. So I'll start talking about stuff, and then I'll probably talk about things that weren't really great. But I mean, it's just amazing. It was an amazing weekend. This is the fourth Escapade I've been to, and it's probably my favorite one. Although last year's was also fantastic, but it's probably my favorite one. So this is Marco Bonami. I feel bad for him because the thing to improve is that all 3 days security let us in like 10 to 15 minutes late. So the opening was like either 1 p.m. or 3 p.m. They let us in at 1:15, 1:10, 1:15, 3:10, 3:15, something like that, all 3 days. It was annoying. Chaos. So Chaos and Katana and Marta played at the same time, which is very annoying, but I'll get to that in a second. You know what? I'm gonna pause stuff, I guess, because it makes more sense that way. So Heads or Tails is playing first. Because Marco Bonami, I feel bad for him. First of all, Marco Bonami, everybody was late, right? Because 10 minutes late, 15 minutes late. And the opening DJs only got an hour. So Chaos here got an hour. Marco Bonami got an hour. But the problem is there were like technical difficulties. So this is the main stage. So Heads or Tails was playing on the main stage. They did a great job from what I saw. The crowd was relatively small because it's like the opening moments of the festival, like of the entire festival. A lot of pressure on them because the way it's designed is as soon as you walk in, you see. As soon as you walk in, you see the main stage. You can't miss it. So the main stage, the entrance is next to the main stage, and so if you want to go to the house techno stage or the bass stage, you walk next to this. You can't miss it. So Heads or Tails had a lot of pressure because everybody heard them. Everybody that was walking in the festival heard them. They were engaging on the mic. They were having a lot of fun. Great job by them. Marco Bonami, from what I heard, was really good as well. Kind of a little bit more chill, like house, very housey house, very chill house. Let me fix my mic because my cats are being cats and they've moved away now. So very like kind of like a Latino house, Afro house, that kind of thing. Kind of chill, nice way to start the day without being too crazy. I do feel bad for him though, because in addition to everybody being late, there were technical difficulties on his stage. Not well, the stage he was playing at. It's not his stage. On the stage he was playing at. So they started like 40 minutes late for him. So he only had about like a 30, 35-minute set, which really, or maybe a little bit longer than that. Maybe he had an hour 15 to play. And so he had a half his set he actually played half his set, which was very disappointing. I'm assuming it's disappointing for him because he had like an hour, but he only ended up playing probably 40 minutes, maybe 45. But nicely done though. I mean, from what I heard, he was really good. It was a lot of fun. Nice chill way to start. Chaos is a local. I don't know where Heads or Tails are from or Marco Bonami. Chaos, I'm pretty sure, is fairly local to Ottawa. She's played some of the local semi-pro basketball team. Anyway, she's played like their halftime shows and stuff. So very good. A little bit more dubsteppy, but like popular dubsteppy. So she plays like more like pop song remixes as opposed to like hardcore dubstep. Um, I saw her in January 31st, I think, when she was the opening act for Lost Frequencies in Montreal. Like killed it there, killed it here. The problem is that she and Katana and Marta all played at the same time, right? Like my first video was so many people to see. That's true, and this was like the most annoying one because I wanted to see all three people perform. So very annoying. But I watched about 20 minutes, 20 minutes of her, 20 minutes of Katana, 20 minutes of Marta. And she killed it. Like she had so much fun, just like dancing around. The crowd was into it. Not the biggest crowd because it's still relatively. This is what like um, opened at 3 p.m. on the. This is a Friday. I think it opened at 3 p.m. Yeah, I think I said 1 and 3 p.m. earlier, but it was like the other way around. Friday is 3 p.m. and then Saturday, Sunday is 1 p.m. opening. So this was like an hour in, so probably about like 4 o'clock or something. Still relatively early. Absolutely killed it. Really, really good energy. And on the main stage, I think she opened the dubstep stage or the bass stage last year because I remember her name from last year. That's how I recognized her for the Montreal show in January 2026 when she was opening for Lost Frequencies. This is cooking. Yes, cooking is a joke that she put on her story. Or references a joke that she put on her story. She's so much fun. I want to see her more. Unfortunately, the last show she played was in Gaspésie, so there's not really any chance I'm going to go to that Gaspésie. Not that I don't want to go there, but it was this weekend when I was in Toronto for Veld. Oh yeah, one thing that I want to mention is I want to record this like right after Escapade. I'm extremely lazy, so I didn't. So I also wanted to record it before going to Veld because a lot of uh, I didn't want to taint my impressions of Escapade after having been to Veld. Here we are, though. I've been so this is after Veld and obviously after this, um, but uh, point is, yeah, I was not able to go to Gaspésie for multiple reasons. It's gorgeous there. I've been there before. It's gorgeous, but apparently she had fun in that. This is Katana. She's from Montreal. Um, I'm not a big like bass head person, but she kicked ass. Like she absolutely like kicked ass. The crowd. You can see the next video. The crowd is. Oh, speaking of ass, it's a music festival. It's an EDM festival. I try very hard not to have booty in my videos. I'm sorry if you see anything. It's not meant to be that. It's not meant to be appropriate or anything. It's just it's trying to take a photo of a cloud without having the sky in it, right? I mean, it's it's kind of like that. So if you see that, I apologize. That's not my point. Not my intention. It just happened. So anyway, she kicked all kinds of butt. That opening, she's really proud of. She designed that opening. So the person with the mask, that's a little visual like short film that she did. She's very proud of it. It was really nice. Music kicked ass. Yeah, and the way she controlled the crowd, like again this early in the day. This is like 4:30, I think, in the afternoon. The way she controlled the crowd this early is absolutely insane. Um, Not to foreshadow anything, but I in 2 days and a bit, I'm going to Montreal for Ilsanik, and she's playing an hour long set. I want to see that entire set because again, I was only here for 20 minutes because three people were playing at the same time that I wanted to see. So Katana kicked ass. Absolutely go see her. She got her work visa in the States about 2-3 months ago, and since that, she has absolutely been like she's been wrecking every show that she's been playing. Um, so yeah, so she's been going to the States a bunch, and she's just killing it. So go see her before she gets too big because it's gonna be harder to see her from now on. Yeah, great show. Again, I'm not a bass head, but I will follow her to Lost Lands when she goes there, when she headlines there. Um, just that, yeah. And then the next video is just the crowd going nuts. Not the entire crowd, but like the rail. There you go. So you can see the rail is just going insane. And this is again like fairly early in the day. This is 4:30 in the afternoon. So and the show opened at 3. So yeah, that front row is going crazy. So absolutely killed it. This is Marta. insane. She released a newer, like her newest song is called Kickback. Uh, Absolutely go listen to it. Super super good. The crowd absolutely loved her. Like you can see by my caption there, the crowd absolutely loved her. She made a mistake, and she had like, oh, stop for jockey. Like for okay, so a couple of annoying things. The festival let people in late, and there's also on the main stage for Katana and for Marta, there were like audio technical difficulties for some dumb reason. I don't know why. I don't know how, but yeah, just the sound just went out for some reason in a couple of the sets. At one point, Marta's like sound just gave out, and like the crowd just kind of kept cheering and kept dancing to support her. At one point, she actually messed up a fade in where there's a kick drum that kind of started when it shouldn't have started, and she had that like surprised face, like and nobody cared. They just kept dancing and yelling and screaming at her to keep going. It was fantastic. Yeah, Marta, the crowd absolutely loved her. I think this weekend, this is the first weekend of August in 2026. She's playing in Electric Island. So, um, Kickback has gotten a lot of really really good um, reception, a really good reception, and absolutely go see Marta as well. She is going to be is nice, like tech house. Lit sometimes can be a bit harder, I think, but yeah, just absolutely fantastic stuff. Worth it. It's kind of bad because Chaos, I want to see her entire set because she had so much fun. Katana, I wanted to see her entire set because the amount of energy the crowd had. Marta, I wanted to see her entire set because just the amount of like the love that every like the crowd had for her and the energy she gave back. It's kind of annoying that I felt bad for leaving Chaos to go see Katana, but at that same time, I felt bad for not being earlier for Katana, and I felt bad for leaving Katana and not being earlier and not being earlier for Marta. Like it's just I want to see all three at the same time, like the entire set. So if I have a chance of seeing Chaos again, I'm absolutely gonna go see her entire set. Katana, I should be seeing in a couple days. Marta, not sure when she's coming back to Ottawa because I think she's local to Toronto. I think so. Um, I will see her when I have the chance because she's so much fun. Nice energy, very seems like a very friendly person. I think she spent like the past couple of weeks in Ibiza, so she seems to be enjoying her life as well. Good for her. But yeah, moving on to Jackie Hollander, absolutely insane set. I wanted to see Chill. I really wanted to see Chill once Jackie Hollander came on, because Chill and Jackie Hollander played at the same time. Once Jackie came on, I completely forgot about Chill. I feel so bad for that. But she started and is just insanely good. Like it's just uh nice energy, nice music, just nice flow. Just you got that that driving that like again, this is the house stage. I spent most of my time in there. Someone brought in a who the f is Joshua shirt or a sign, which I know she liked. Took a photo, took a selfie with that sign. And she played so many John Summit songs this summer, which is really interesting. Lights Go Out is the most popular one, but she played an insanely good With Me remix with Julia. What's her name? I want to say Julia Fox, but it's not Julia Fox. Anyway, yeah, the With Me remix is really really good. Yeah, wholeheartedly recommend Jackie. She played I think Lollapalooza earlier this week, so her career is just. I'm surprised they got like. I'm surprised Escapade got her to play. Like midday. This is like a 5:30 show when the day finishes, opens at 3 and then finishes at 11. So Escapade got her probably at the start of her rise because she's going like she's got since Escapade announced her. I think she was nominated for best new DJs in a few different like best breakout artist in a few award shows. Um, I don't think she won. Marlon Hofstadt won the one that I was more familiar with, but she was nominated, and so I'm surprised they got her, and I was super happy because insane show. She did like everything right. So did Escapade because no technical difficulties for her set as far as I remember. Um, yeah. Now it was also so this set kicked all the butt. Yeah. She was wearing a leather jacket at this time on Friday. The weather was decent for a leather jacket if you're pushing it. If she was cold, okay, but no normal person would be wearing a leather jacket. You can actually see the little tarp house stage warehouse thing. Um, it was the airflow was not great under there, so the fact that she wore that and didn't sweat her hair on her face off is incredible. But I'm just gonna say that Cosmic Gate is like a dream. Like you can see here, listening to Cosmic Gate for over half my life. They ended up playing Exploration of Space, of course. I actually didn't get to cry. Not that I would have minded if I had, but I mean, look, I can't say anything. It was this is I think this is Exploration of Space, or at least the start of it. There's another video where it plays better, or it plays more, but yeah, no, this was an amazing. Oh, this is also after I don't know. It's two guys. I forget their names. Um, but this is after the one guy retired. So this is just the one person. Um, Still did insane. I mean, like their songs are still their songs. It didn't really bother me when the guy retired because it's like, you know what? Thank you for your work. You go enjoy your life elsewhere, doing whatever you want to do to enjoy it. Super classic, I think, is actually Motorcycle. I think they played As the Rush Comes there. If I can, yeah, as the rush comes. Um, and then I think the next video is Exploration of Space, but yeah, is a dream come true. Last year, Gabriel and Dresden came in, and Above and Beyond still touring. Above and Beyond was actually at Veld this year as well, but yeah, classic of classics. That's Exploration of Space. It was amazing to hear that live. It was crazy. The crowd is not really dancing as hard as they probably should. Um, in fairness, half the crowd there is younger than hasn't been around as long as these people. He's been making music, so they may not know who Cosmic Gate is. But this is about 7 p.m., so getting a bit later in the afternoon, in the evening. Uh, Amazing. Like I want to see them again, at a festival or at a club or somewhere. I want to see them again. See, I guess him at this point again. Uh, yeah, really good. Yeah, this is just a better video, longer video of Exploration of Space. The Exploration of Space, the previous video was mostly build up, but yeah, this was a crazy good. It was a very good set. Um, like I said, very well done. Yeah, and you can see this the size. This is actually tiny compared to Veld. It's crazy how big this looks, but it's nothing compared to Veld or probably EDC or obviously Tomorrowland. This is Medusa. Where I am now. This is fantastic. The VIP section for the house stage was actually behind the DJ booth. So I'm allowed to be there. This is the VIP section. You can actually see the entire crowd right there, and you can see what the stage looks like. The stage looks nice as if it rains, but oh good God, it was not great for circulation. This is Loud Luxury playing in the background. That's my friend. Back to the house stage for Odd Mob. Having so much fun. This dude was just enjoying himself way too much. Um, Odd Mob is actually, I don't know why I was filming those people. I was just enjoying the energy they had. Here's the Odd Mob on the right there behind the fan. Yeah, a lot of fun. Wasn't too familiar with them. I listened to a couple things after the lineup was announced. But um, but yeah. Also, I don't think that's Sullivan King. I think the speakers are blocking Sullivan King. Um, Yeah, so during Odd Mob, our friend group kind of regrouped and we kind of walked around a bit just to go see some stuff. And so we saw Sullivan King for a bit. He had seemed to have good energy. And then Fisher, I have a ton of videos for Fisher. I listened to a few of his things, a few of his mixes before this. Better live, obviously, it's better live in person than on YouTube. His energy was fun. The crowd was going nuts. You can see right there, the crowd was going nuts. The song was released earlier today. This was "What a Life." I think it was released around like midnight. So as soon as the day started, it was released, and then later on, 10 hours later, sorry, 20 hours later, he was playing. 22 hours later, he was playing it. So yeah, really fun set. Really, I will not hesitate to see him again, as long as it's not competing with another DJ that I also really want to see, which is kind of, it's not mean to say. It's just that he was a lot of fun, but if it's going to be competing against, John Summit or Charlotte DeWitt or, someone else, I'm gonna go see. Actually, Charlotte DeWitt is kind of apt. I just thought of it, but you'll see later in whenever I make the Velt video. But yeah, the crowd was into it. He was like the perfect main stage finisher, because very poppy music, but like nice grooves, nice beats. Songs are a lot of fun, right? You get Losing It, like I said, What a Life. He actually, I'm pretty sure, if I remember properly, pretty sure he played his Makina Time remix, which is the first time I heard it. And I'm like, oh, that's really interesting. And so, very, very fun, very fun, um, very fun set overall. His energy is so good. Like I said, I wouldn't hesitate to see him again, as long as he's not competing with another DJ that I haven't seen. So if it's, but yeah, if he's headlining a show, go see it. I don't, like, the thing is that, like, of all the people I've seen, I don't think that I don't think there's anybody I wouldn't recommend seeing. I've heard weird things about Sullivan King, so, but I don't know if they're true or not. Um, so yeah. The first day, so this is like the end of the first day. So as a first day recap, the only person I didn't see that I would have liked to see is Chill. If I have a chance of seeing her, I will. But like I said, the only thing is when Jackie Hollander came on, I kind of forgot about everything. I forgot about everything else. Um, the one thing that I didn't do in Escapade is go see as many base stage performers as I wanted to. It's partly a me issue, but partly because there's so many people on the main stage and house techno stage that I wanted to go see more. Um, but yeah, no, this is the perfect. Yeah, there you go. I survived day one. Back to my place. Uh, Day two may not seem a stack, but let's go make new friends. Day two was also like insane. So the way the house techno stage worked, this is Anastasia, is the Friday was more house, Saturday was like more hard techno. Well, it was more techno, and then the Sunday was house again. Anastasia is was a lot of fun. I don't know if she was nervous or not, if it was just her personality, but she doesn't seem to move as much as like Marco Bonami was like grooving pretty nicely. But compared to like Marta or Jackie Hollander or Medusa, she seemed to stay kind of still. Uh, I know that, like, on Instagram, like, she has a cat, and so she enjoys a cat. And so I don't know if it's just her personality. She's also from I think she's originally from Ukraine, but I believe she's out of fairly local to Ottawa. Um, she's playing a show in about a month in like the middle of freaking nowhere. It's like 165 kilometers west of Ottawa, or 300 kilometers north of Toronto. Like really the show in the middle of nowhere. But it's got like it's a weekend show. It's got a bunch of DJs, so it's not just like one random person's backyard. It's an actual show. But yeah, she was good. She was fun. Really, really nice. Like, oof, to start with day two. Music was a bit harder. Yeah, a little bit harder, a little bit more. Um, I guess more techno, like not as darker, maybe not darker, but definitely more energy, and like bringing in the you need a bit of Red Bull. You need a bit of Red Bull, um, to start day two. So luckily I had my energy and I lasted the day. But yeah, yeah, good supporting work by Anastasia. Like I said, like the fact that she didn't jump around like a crazy person is not like that big of a deal, right? But if you like your DJ to show as much energy as the crowd, um, that's gonna be hard. At least from this show. Maybe smaller shows, maybe other shows are a bit different. But you can see she kind of moving around. She's enjoying herself. Just maybe not as obvious as like Fisher or something. So the older song being played the second time here is "Age of Love," by Enrico Sangiuliano and well, it's a Charlotte DeWitt remix. So I think that's the song I heard the most this weekend, which is kind of interesting. Dopamine, it was kind of hard to find stuff from her, but you can't. It's like super high BPM, super high BPM. It's like 100, like speed garage mix of what is it? Yeah, Alternate. Set me free. Alternate. Yeah, Speed Garage is like 145, 150 like it's super super fast. So really nice way to keep the day going. Um, very yeah, good energy, good song choice. Again, not a like Speed Garage is not my thing, but she enjoyed, like you can see she's moving around, she's dancing. Not to knock Anastasia. She did a fine job. She did a great job. I'm gonna go see. I really want to see her again. Um, but again, she wasn't as jumpy as some of the other artists. Chefney here was playing the main stage. I'm like, I'll listen to Dopamine a bit. You can hear that. That's some dumb car on the street outside my window. Chefney, gotta go support Chefney. He is incredibly, I don't know if it's influential, but incredibly important in Ottawa EDM community. He has a few companies, or companies. He runs a company. He's very involved in EDM shows, in various clubs in Ottawa, and he's also a DJ, as you can see. So that's why I had to go listen to him a bit. It's a very he. I think he was focused more on giving you a journey, because it definitely was not the same feel as other main stage acts. I also didn't stay for his entire show because I went back to Drea or to a Dopamine, because I wanted to hear Drea V. But yeah, Dopamine. I left. I came back. Yeah, so Chefney, would be interesting to see him do like a 5 hour show, right? That's Makina time. She's playing Makina time, so get that Marlon Hofstadt going. Um, yeah, so Chefney was probably more interesting if you see like a 4 hour show or a 5 hour set that he's done. Just like the 10 15 minutes I saw was fine, but it was a really really chill and not what you would expect for a main stage show. Last year in the main during the festival, people were playing with hacky sacks. This year they're just playing with the big yellow ball with a smiley face on it. So uh, later on, I found, so you can see the later on I found the yellow ball kind of behind the Dopamine stage, just sort of next to them speakers. I didn't put photos. These are all the videos I took on my Instagram stories. So that's kind of what you're seeing now. But yeah, later on, I found the yellow ball behind in backstage, as if there is a backstage, just behind the DJ booth next to them speakers. I think she's a bit confused because I think what was happening is she was trying to figure out when her set was going to end. I think that's what was going on. But but yeah, she did a good job. Um, I have no idea where she's from. I couldn't figure that out. I don't. It doesn't really matter where she's from. She was one of the supporting acts, supporting DJs. Very nicely done. And again, like if you like high BPM, just high BPM, but not like hard trance, like not like hard techno or anything. Just like I said, speed garage or that kind of thing. Just as an example. Um, Drea V was apparently she rebranded. She is having so much fun. Also, like she was just enjoying herself. Drea V, hard to find mixes, but this one's starting out nicely. In fairness, I was mostly looking at go to the VIP stage again. Yeah, crazy VIP section this year. I had a photo that I'm not gonna put in the video, but I went behind her and took a video because she filled up the entire stage. So by the time she finished, the entire stage, entire like house stage was filled up. Um, yeah, so I was listening mostly YouTube. Uh, to try to find mixes for someone for the DJs. But a lot of DJs end up going to SoundCloud, not SoundCloud, yeah, SoundCloud, which I'm not a I prefer YouTube over SoundCloud, but so I'm gonna do a better job next year in finding mixes for the DJs that are not as known. Um, she did a great job. Again, it's techno. It's a little bit harder this time because it's right a little bit later in the day. The crowd was going wild. Like you can see, just the crowd is enjoying themselves. Um, yeah. Oh, I did listen to script for a bit, only for like 5 or 10 minutes, while um, waiting to go see. Yeah, as I was walking up to the main stage, they were remixing "This Is How We Do It" by Montel Jordan. I missed. I just caught the very end of it, but as I was walking into the VIP section to film this, it was very clearly Montel Jordan, which is very, very weird to hear that in 2026 at a music festival. But yeah, why not? Like I said, it doesn't matter. Also, like, dude is having so much fun up there. I was just gonna say, having a like, just enjoying his life. He was on the mic a little bit, just having fun, hyping up the crowd, just dancing, moving around. I don't know. So Distant Matter was not one of the supporting DJs. He was like the bigger people. Don't know where he's from, but good to have. I'm happy I heard him. So Oscar Medkay, I heard a couple things from him, not that many. Kind of forgot how absolutely vibes this guy is by the time Escapade happened. Um, if you just want to like close your eyes and like smoke a doobie or have a drink, doobie, how old am I? Smoke a joint, have a drink. Oscar, they're just like on a beach or something like Oscar Medkay. Like if you just want to be just like 100% vibes, just living your life, just put on some Oscar Medkay. Um, People aren't moving as much because he was a bit more chill, but he catches you like he just grabs you. Right, the set is 100% vibes, amazing. He just grabs you just because he's just like, he's just enjoying himself. He's just like, it's like I said, just all vibes. It's kind of like like a guy version of Nora and Pure, kind of like that. Yeah, I guess probably the closest thing I can suggest I can say. But yeah, man, his journey was really really fun. Most of the people, yeah, just walking around, people enjoying it. This is also the main stage area, so people like the way the festival was arranged. The main stage was like there, and then on the left of that was the house stage, and then on the right of that, a little bit further out, was the base stage. So if you wanted to go from the base stage to the house stage, you crossed over. That's why a lot of people are just walking around like that. And there's also like vendors on either side, so it's kind of that's it. Oliver Heldens, holy balls, was this ever good? This was my favorite. I'm not gonna rate each set at the end. Like I'm not gonna do that because I find that kind of weird. But Oliver Heldens was my favorite set the weekend. He knew exactly what to play, when to play, how hard to go, how like jumpy, like poppy to go. The type of mixes that would go well on the main stage. This isn't the hardest set, right? He's also high low. High low it was actually Escapade kind of like killed it because they got him. He finished at like I think 6:30, and then from 6:30 to 7:30, no, he finished at 7:30, and then 7:30 he ran over to the techno stage to play his high low. So if you wanted to have like 2 hours of, oh, this is World Hold On, I think this is World Hold On. If you want to have 2 hours, that's me. Haha. Yeah, that's my fits. I absolutely love that shirt and that hat combo, by the way. Um, if you wanted to see 2 hours of Oliver Heldens, you could. One No, this is World Hold On. Sorry, this is World Hold On. I forget what the other one was. But yeah, as main stage act, this is my favorite one. If this song wants to resurge, I'm also here for it. This is his version of "Lady Hear Me Tonight," his remix of that "Lady Hear Me Tonight." So if that song wants to make a resurgence, I don't mind. But yeah, no, just like every song was an absolute banger. Every song was like the perfect mood. Every song was like the perfect tone. Right? Wasn't too hard, wasn't too soft. 'Cause again, this is main stage. Wasn't too hard, wasn't too soft. Just absolutely just killed it. Like just absolutely nuts how good this set was. Um, this is just you can see how much I'm vibing to this. This is not me like this is me going with the just bobbing with the music. Um, I'm not shaking because I'm nervous or anything. It's just the music is just so good. Yeah, there wasn't one part of this set that I'm like, oh, okay, this song I can just like chill for a few minutes. Also for Maddox, but Maddox is for different reasons. You just can't chill whether you like this his music or not. But yeah, this is just my friends just having fun. Um, yeah, no, yeah. So if you want, like, and then I heard he was at Tomorrowland. No, he was at Ultra Europe, I think, a little bit later, and he was at Tomorrowland. From memory, I still prefer this set over the other two sets. I don't know why, but this was like I maybe this song selection was a bit different, but like I did not feel like one song was lost. I didn't feel like one song was filler. I didn't feel like one song was not the perfect choice at that time. I mean, I like it's not like I didn't know who held in. Yeah, holy fuck, 10 out of 10 said if I heard one. I'm not like I say I'm not gonna rate stuff, but like this is just to say that this is like the perfect set for this is like the best set this weekend. Um, I've heard of like I'd heard his songs before, right? Like I'd heard Overload. Like, I've heard him before, but nothing really prepared me for seeing him live that way. Like it, and I heard, like I said, I heard his stuff before. I heard his Hell Deep podcast. I heard his songs. Um, Absolutely nuts. Go see Oliver Heldens if you can. My favorite set during the weekend. And then Alan Walker starts, and you can see that's his first song. That's like the first 15 seconds of his set, and just kept going from there. So much fun. So much fun. He also at the time he also released a new song like a week or two before, so obviously he played that song, which I think is the song he opened with. But I mean, obviously he played Faded. He played was it Alive. He played his is it Alive? Yeah, I think Alive. He played his songs. Um, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, listening to him was a lot of fun. The thing with that is that I think he was playing at the same time as Grizz. And everybody said Grizz's show was legendary. So I don't necessarily I'm not disappointed that I saw this show but not Grizz's show, but uh, that just makes me want to see Grizz more. Yeah, because I think him and Grizz were playing at the same time. Because yeah, Eli, yeah, because he was playing and then Millennium closed off that stage. But yeah, no, just insane. Good energy, and like you've heard his songs, like you've heard Alan Walker's song. Yeah, Alan Walker going nuts. He played a bit of drum and bass. He played a bit of like hardcore. He played a bit of not hardcore, hard style a bit. Like he just like peppered things throughout his set. It was really nuts. It was really. I don't want to say it was unexpected, but it was a nice touch. It was a really nice touch. And I think this is like the last song or the last few minutes of his set. Yeah, all the fun with this guy. He gave out his energy. I think the crowd enjoyed it. I think the crowd enjoyed it. I don't know why. Oh yeah, the plane for some reason. Good job, Pat. Amazing cinematographer. But yeah, fantastic everything. I can't say. Um, yeah, again, if you have a chance to see Alan Walker, go see it. I wouldn't mind seeing him again. He is probably the only time I'll get to see him though, because I don't know how often he comes to Canada or this part of Canada. And Illenium is just freaking insane. He's like a mystical experience. Um, I'd seen an Illenium a couple of years before, and it was just an insane set. The problem with this year is I would have seen Illenium 100%. You can see my buddies there. The guy in yellow, the two girls in pink. They're just enjoying. One of them's on her. She's just editing a photo, but she enjoyed Illenium. She stayed for that. On the other hand, I don't know who this dude is. But everybody seems, you can see everybody's enjoying it. And then like just the raw fu energy that Eli Brown provided. I wanted to see him. So Illenium was playing, and then he was playing the techno stage. And like I got to go see Eli Brown. And he, god damn it, it's just the holy shoot balls. Empire of the Sun. I think Empire of the Sun. Walking on a Dream was the other. No, We the People. I think that's the song that was playing earlier, where I said this is the second time I hear the song. I think it was Empire. Empire of the Sun was also really popular this year, which is very weird. Also popular at Veld, not as much as Escapade though. But anyway, yeah, a techno remix of I think We the People. Is it We the People? I think it's well, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, this is Age of Love again. Age of Love. The Age of Love is a song I heard the most, I think, that weekend. Which I am not complaining. I freaking love that song. Also, Miss Monique remixed that song or played that song in a Biorhythm set, but that's a different thing. But yeah, no. He go see him. Like he's got a tour going on in the fall of 2026. Absolutely go see him. He did, like I said, the amount of energy he has. His songs are just all like again, like I said, it's the raw fu energy that he provides. It's just like, yeah, this is like what you want a club to be. Like if you're gonna go clubbing, this is what you want. This is the guy you want. Yeah, the energy I expected from this set. Now, in all, like, okay, so I absolutely love filming people filming something else. So, and it's not to be creepy, right? Because it's just filming him, right? But I'm not like, okay, so that sounded really creepy. What I mean is that in a concert, I like filming what other people film. It's something I learned from doing weddings, wedding photography, wedding videography. Is just if someone's like taking photos, you just take a video of them taking photos. It can be kind of fun. Anyway, not important. But yeah, so much energy. It was like 10:30. I'd been there since 1 p.m. Actually, since like 12:45. Like I'd been there for ages, and I was going strong. Like if he was gonna do, I don't think he did an after party, but if he was gonna, no, I think he did an after party. Not important. I would have gone, but the after parties would have been awkward. But like if his set was another 2 hours long, I would have stayed there and just danced the entire time. I was tired, but holy God, he was giving me so much energy, and the crowd was just, again, you can see the crowd was just going nuts there. And he ended up playing Aria from I think Argy and Artbat. Oh shoot, who makes Aria? Or is it Artbat? Omnia, and RG. There you go. He played that like a techno remix of that, which was just insane. And then he transitioned from that into Wavy, like his most recent popular song. And look at the crowd. This dude is just having an insane experience. Like he's just he's just seeing God right now. This guy in the front row. Yeah, just the energy. Like he is one of my favorite. Like if I'm gonna give my top three, Oliver Heldens. Oh, I'm gonna talk about Enco. Oliver Heldens was number one. Number two is coming up soon, so I'm gonna hold off on that. And then Eli Brown is number three. Although number 2 and 3 is like really hard to like. So good. Eli Brown is just so good. Like I said, he's got a tour in the fall or summer fall of 2026. Go see him. If it's after that, then he's gonna have another tour eventually. Go see him. Like it's just so much fun. I can just imagine him like filling up a club like New City Gas or a small or even a smaller venue, but just like blowing the roof off of of the venue. Like just the amount of energy that tent had. And again, ventilation was not great, but the amount of energy he had that like nobody cared about the ventilation. They were just like everybody's like sweaty and just dancing and just jumping and then just feeling that like oh god, it was so good. Eli Brown was insane. Um, Illenium may be a mystical experience, but he is just like you know how you like you drink champagne because you want to be classy, you go see Illenium. You take a shot at tequila because you want to get drunk, you go see Eli Brown. It's just kind of that type of feel. Both are good in their own ways. I just felt Eli Brown that on that Saturday, and I just felt all of it. Just so good. Enco was so adorable. Um, I don't know how long these videos are, so I'm going to be a bit. I'll be a bit. It was adorable. She was. You see, she's moving around. It felt like she was a bit nervous up front. Again, okay, so again, this is the house stage. It's back to house. It's not techno anymore. It's a bit more housey. Although there's some techno stuff a bit later, but this is a bit more housey. And so she's playing like really just like pure house, just like a remix of Crazy Frog to open, and then this like raccoon in the background, which is amazing. Amazing graphics for the raccoon, but yeah, she was having, and she ended up I think loosening up or just not understanding, but kind of feeling the crowd's energy, and then she kind of like loosened up and kind of like started dancing a bit more and enjoying herself a bit more. Mel's favorite DJ is I'll stop here. Mel's favorite DJ is a joke. So the DJ that was supposed to play after her showed up. I'm not gonna say who it is because I'm also not a fan of that DJ, so I'm gonna not badmouth anybody. Um, but they showed up late, or for some reason they didn't show up on when they were supposed to play. So um, I don't know if Escapade said you're going to be on 10 minutes later than what we agreed, or the DJ was like, I'm going to be late because the DJ's is based out of Montreal. So I don't know if they drove up the morning or whatever. It doesn't really matter. Point is that they didn't show up. And so I actually was really, really happy for Enco because, again, like I said, every day they let everybody in like 10, 15 minutes late. And so for 15 minutes, she was DJing with zero people because there was nobody being let in. And so the fact that the following DJ was late meant that she was able to DJ longer, and it's like that's kind of like I think a DJ's dream, right? It's first I want to say this is her first big festival. Not sure, but it might be her first big festival, and then the festival is like, hey, can you play longer? Right? I don't think any DJ would not like that, and so I'm so happy for her because the crowd really got into her, and she really got into the crowd. And so as the longer the set went on, the more I don't want to say like I don't want to say relaxed, but the more she seemed to enjoy herself. And I think the jitters kind of left her, and the more she just kind of like just flowed with her songs. It was a bit, the last 10 minutes were a bit awkward because she kept turning back to her manager or the Escapade people like she's doing now while music was playing just to figure out when she was going to end. Because the following DJ ended up coming just late, so I think they were trying to figure out the logistics of that. But yeah, no, she ended up like I said, as the set went on, she just kept enjoying herself more. It seemed like, or kept being a bit more relaxed. She's also based out of not necessarily Ottawa, but somewhere between Ottawa and Toronto, I think. And I think she's a founder of a promotion company that promotes a lot of stuff in Ottawa. So fairly local artist. This is Luke Alexander. I think he's from New York, but I did not know him. I found a couple things. He did a good job. Like the crowd was tiny. You can see where you can see the crowd is. There's very little crowd. This is about 2 p.m., I would say. Um, yeah, despite the one person dancing, Luke's giving off a lot of energy. He was a lot of fun, right? It's also 30 degrees and humid, which also true. I walked uphill both ways to get here. Also true. In the snow, also true. Um, yeah, and like I was walking away to go buy some stuff, and then he played a song that made me come back and dance. So right. But yeah, the crowd was fairly small. But yeah. So another thing is, as the weekend went on, Friday. I don't know if you noticed, but the very first video, there was water puddles in the on the ground because it was raining. The doors opened at 3 p.m. on Friday. Up until like 1:30, 2 p.m. it was raining. It stopped raining an hour before, but obviously it took a while for the rain to 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 evaporate. Temperature on Friday, it was very reasonable. It was a bit warmer on Saturday. It was warm and humid as frick on Sunday. So that's why I said it was. That's probably why a lot of people aren't dancing as much, because it was just that uncomfortably warm. But yeah, so Luke Alexander did a great job. He again tons of energy on the main stage. Yeah, I got. I'm not gonna argue with with the sticker, right? He is playing Takeover Control. This is. I came back here right before OK Val, because OK Val was someone that was really so pumped for OK Val, and she starts with this mashup. It's what's the mashup again? Is Ayla and something else? Doesn't matter. Yeah, so I was pumped for her because I'd listened to a couple things, and she seemed like she was a lot of fun, and she started off strong, and she just didn't let up from there. The crowd was really, and again, remember, right? This is like uncomfortably warm outside already, and the ventilation was garbage under this roof, and so she just brought it. Right? She, like I said, Oliver Heldens was number one, my favorite set. She was my second favorite set. Eli Brown was my third favorite set. She just killed it. Like it was just she just brought it. For a smaller act, she's 100,000 followers on Instagram. For a relatively smaller act, she's just insane. She was just so good. Tons of energy. The crowd is feeling it. She was giving it. You can see the crowd has gotten bigger by now, and she was playing at 3:30 in the afternoon, so still relatively early. Yeah, I think her set was 3:30 to 4:30. Yeah. So yeah, fairly early in the day, and yeah, she just brought it. She just had so much fun. She just enjoyed herself, and this was also her first international festival. She said, I think she's from Chile. She's from South America somewhere, and uh, I guess she plays mostly in the States. Um, and so this is her first international festival. So she just, like, you can see the crowd is just going nuts right now, right? Um, I enjoyed her set so much. Now the thing with OK Val is that she was OK Val at the time. She changed her branding now to Valentina Soto, which is her actual name. So she's not OK Val anymore. So if you want to see who she, like, her set or her tour and everything, it's gonna be Valentina Soto. She also started her own record label called Not So Cool Records, so good for her. Yeah, so absolutely go see OK Val or Valentina Soto. Just insanely good, insanely good. Tons of energy. The crowd is feeling it. Jay Pryor was an absolute legend. He really walked in with a Red Bull in one hand and a Guinness in the other. So just crazy. So just and he's Irish. Like Jay Pryor's an Irish DJ, and he walks in with a Guinness and a Red Bull. It's just insane. Also brought a 6-person posse, which I realized like 10 minutes later, he had like 6 people behind him. So just an absolute legend, this guy. Now, unfortunately, I didn't listen to all his set because I was just waiting to go see Frank Walker, who is well, fairly local from Toronto, and he's got like main stage energy. He's just like, imagine Fisher, or like Galantis, but like not as popular and from Canada. That's kind of the energy he gives off. He knows what he wants. He wants to be a headliner on the main stage at Tomorrowland or wherever, and that's kind of what he gave. And that's the That's the energy he gave out. This is a mashup that he also played later in Veld. Oh, No Broke Boys and Piano. Piano by Eric Prydz and No Broke Boys by Disco Lines. So he just mashed up those two songs. It's also I think he also played the same thing at Veld. So the thing with Frank Walker, the one downside with Frank Walker is like every song and a half, he grabs a mic, he jumps on the DJ the decks the decks, and it's like put your hands up, 3, 2, 3, 2, 1, nah, and then like drop. Okay, fine. And then like a song and a half later, okay, put your hands up, 3, 2, and he's just like every 2, 3, like every song and a half, every two songs. It was kind of hilarious. That's kind of like the only downside that the only um, point of criticism I have for him. But he's a lot of fun. His set now. Not that I want to. Not that this really taints my view of him there, because he was enjoyable. He was a lot of fun. He played a lot of popular songs, just remixes of popular songs. He also had a couple new songs, and he brought on his the singers for the new songs. So I think he was the only. I think he was the only DJ that brought on guests. I don't think anybody else did. So good on him for doing that. So good for him. Also had essentially the same energy in Veld. Although I actually preferred his set at Veld. He didn't seem as nuts to celebrate drops as he did in this one. Still did that a lot in Toronto, but didn't seem to be as much as the Escapade show. Again, memory from memory. Nicky Romero, I saw. It's not the first time I see him. Nicky Romero, I saw him 10 years ago, 8 years ago, a million years ago. Anyway, he's in Ottawa, headlining his own show. He was super good. Also very very solid. He is never going to not be a main stage staple. Brings the energy, good remixes, good songs, good beat, like good energy. Also, just a reminder that those flames are there, and the temperature outside was just about as warm as those flames, so you didn't really feel them at all. Yeah, Nikki being all festival-y and stuff. Now, the one thing that was kind of interesting is that the he ended up playing an unfinished version remix of Chase the Sun, and I'm like, oh, kick ass. And well, first of all, yay, kick ass. I don't think Chase the Sun has enough recognition because it's an absolutely insanely good house track from like 20 years ago. But then I learned that he's been playing that remix. Yeah, so brand new unfinished Chase the Sun remix. So it's not brand new. I either he said brand new or I understood it was brand new, but it's not brand new. He just said it was unfinished. Maybe I just understood as it being brand new because it was unfinished. But it's the Chase the Sun remix. Crazy good remix. But he's been playing it for like a year. I just learned after I posted that, like the week or 2 weeks later, I realized that he'd been playing that remix, that unfinished remix for 2 years, for a year. Now I don't know if it's exactly the same remix, but point is that absolutely freaking a Chase the Sun remix. Good job. Maddox is Maddox. I also saw him at Veld. Same energy, not the same set, but like just the same, just like 155 BPM from start to finish, or 160 BPM. He ended up playing "Coming Home," which is one of my favorite songs this year. In 2026, "Coming Home" is an absolutely insane song. It's 155 BPMs, and it's one of his slowest songs. I realized during his set that he was just playing crazy stuff. This is also Lights Go Out. This is Lights Go Out. So he's playing a rave, like an actual rave remix of John Summit, which is just crazy. I think he played it in Velt as well. But yeah, no, I'm filming him doing this, but when I was not filming him, I was like jumping around like a crazy person. He gives off so much energy. He has so much fun up there, and the crowd is not moving nearly as much as they should. I think Maddox, I think this is Maddox's main stage debut at Escapade. He's played Escapade before, but I think it was always the techno stage. I think this was the first time he played the main stage, although I might be wrong on that. Point is that like keep playing the main stage at Escapade. Come back every year. I'm not going to be disappointed. I'm just going to enjoy every single minute. He was tons of fun. My friends kind of ended up walking. Some of my friends ended up like the two friends in pink shirts earlier ended up walking my way going to see the merch stuff. But yeah, the rest of the crew and I just hunkered there, and then just, oh god, yeah, just the 175 BPM energy that this guy, 170 BPM energy this guy has, is just nuts. Is nuts. And like he played Tomorrowland's main stage a couple weeks or 2 weeks, 2 3 weeks after that. So he's like he's Maddox. It's Maddox. Like you know him, right? Um, this is Max Styler. I wanted to see Max Styler. I ended up seeing about half an hour. So good. And yeah, the VIP stage was so small that for Max Styler, this was only an issue on the third day because you saw me at Eli Brown. I had no issues getting onto the VIP stage. So this is only an issue the third day because there was Max Styler and Leighton Jordani. But yeah, he's having as much fun as the crowd. Masterful, masterful, really, really good. It was kind of annoying though because people kept like I was in a spot next to the tent, but people still kept walking like back and forth in front of me trying to get into the VIP area when when there was no space for it. So I want to see him again in under better circumstances. But yeah, I saw Max Styler. I'm happy. This furry. God damn, the dude is probably. That dude is probably uh, just just sweating his face off. I think this is this Don Diablo? I think this is Don Diablo. Um, so no. So what was I saying? Disco Lines is supposed to play. Um, he ended up having his medical thing like a week or two before. And he's like, I'm taking some time off. Fair. I am not the biggest Disco Lines fan, but if he needs to take some time off to take care of himself, go take care of yourself. Like, be better. Go be better before you perform for people. Absolutely. The thing with that though is that he played the main stage at Tomorrowland, and he was much better at Tomorrowland than the previous sets I've heard of him. So, interesting. So very interesting that I think he adjusted his set for Tomorrowland. I don't know what he would have done in Ottawa if it was more of his like traditional stuff or standard stuff, or if he would have adjusted his set to be a bit more like melodic main staging. But we'll never know. Tiesto, the master, closed out the festival for Escapade. He started with his new song. Don't bring your head. Was it? Don't lose your head. Don't lose your head. Live. Yes. Don't lose your head. I I've seen Tiesto 4 times now. I've seen him once in October 2009 at the Bell Center in Montreal, and then Riverside last year, and Escapade a few years back, and then last month at Escapade again. I will never be disappointed by him. I'm not the biggest fanboy because there's some songs that are a bit off, but the one thing that was a bit weird is that he would go from trance to like housey stuff, more was like more popular stuff from the past 10 years, and then go trance again, which is a bit weird. But he played good. Like his songs are all bangers. Like his he knows what he's doing. The one thing that really struck me is that like he would go really intense, and then he would know when to kind of give the crowd like a 30-second break. Right? He would play banger after banger, but then like give a 30-second kind of like just like the break, or like low point, not low point. This sounds weird. Sounds a bit weird. But like a 30-second just kind of like rest period, while people would just kind of like just groove and kind of catch their breath again, and then he would start going just hard again. So this is just my group of friends there. But yeah, just like this is a master work. Like he had so much fun. You can tell he had so much fun. He had a dubstep. He also had a dubstep drop, which is just crazy. He was playing Stereo Love by Edward Maya. And he had a dubstep drop, and you can hear the crowd go ooh. I don't have it here, and I'm not gonna post it, but someone actually caught that drop on Instagram, and I have it saved in my saved videos. just because it was so surprising. Like you do not expect that from him, and it's just like Stereo Love. It's just like a normal, just classic house track, and then and everybody's like, ooh. Anyway, so um, really surprising, and I believe he ended his set with Ratty, which was very surprising. Also, not unhappy with this because I absolutely love Sunrise. I've known about the song for what, like 20 years. The song's from 2004 or something like that. It's crazy good house song, crazy good house classic, and absolutely crazy. Uh, absolutely. I think it's a remix that he had. It's either a remix he did or it's a remix someone else did. I'm not too super sure, but really, really good set. Really good closer. Um, Incredible festival. I, I was gonna say I want you to go experience the festival. I mean, it's different every year, but yeah, no Escapade. I don't know if it's the best Escapade. I think musically it's the most fun I've had at an Escapade. Let me start over again. I think musically it's the most fun I've had at Escapade because um, there's a lot of it was a really fun mix of acts that were small enough that you didn't really know about them and acts that were big enough that you knew you would like, right? Like Fisher, like Elenium, Eli Brown, Tiesto, um, right? Maddox and Max Styler and Alan Walker and Medusa and all these people, you know them, you're gonna enjoy them. And then you had people like Frank Walker, not super big. You had OK Val, smaller people like Anastasia and Enco and Chaos and Katana and Marta, and Jackie Hollander is kind of in between those two. So you had a really fun mix of DJs that surprised you at how good they were because you didn't really know them, and then DJs that were just deliver every time. So um, again, I don't want to really give a rating to the weekend, but holy balls, was it ever good! Uh, like I said, I think it may have been my favorite Escapade so far. I'm absolutely going to go next year and the year after that and the year after that. Like I'm not going to never go. It's convenient enough for me to get to, and the music is also really good. Like even smaller acts that I didn't really stay around for, because there's some people that I watched here and there that I didn't film. I tend to film everybody, but some people I just like stay there for like 5 minutes and it wasn't. I was just waiting for other people to show up or waiting for another act to start. Um, but like everybody that I saw was enjoying themselves. Everybody that I saw delivered. And if this is kind of it, like quality, it's just quality everywhere. And on short notice, they got Don Diablo can be a bit of a dipshit, but his music is good. You can't really argue with that. Or at least I enjoy his music. But yeah, overall, a fantastic time. I if next year if next year's Escapade is as good as this year's, I will be happy. I will pay any money for that. Like I will, they can double the tickets and I'll be fine if I know it's going to be this year. If I know it's going to be as good as this year, I will not complain about the higher ticket prices. So yeah, if you're thinking about coming to Ottawa, and you're not sure, then get it. It's always it's for the size of it's still okay. So Ottawa, people will say Ottawa is like a big little city or like a little big city, and Escapade is kind of follows suit, right? It's like a very little big music festival, or it's like a very big little music festival, because there's still about 40,000 people. I think there's 40,000 people going through the weekend attending, but it's not. It doesn't really feel like it's that much. It still feels fairly intimate, but it's still fairly big, right? It's a weird. It's weird. Don't. It's weird. No question. It's weird, but yeah. So that's my review. My overview. Very nice festival. I'm extremely happy. Very. No, I don't want to say I'm very. I was surprised. Not surprised. I wasn't surprised it was good. But I'm very happy. I'm very. The acts that I saw were Very good. They were very good. Again, not surprising. Well, it's surprising. I guess surprising in the sense that I didn't know they were that good based on what I'd heard from them. But yeah, everybody absolutely killed it. Everybody just had so much fun on stage. Nobody seemed like they didn't want to be there, except for the DJ that I didn't really care about. So he didn't even seem like he wanted to be there. Um, Also, just another what's also kind of a little it was kind of surreal because, like I said, Chaos is local from Ottawa. There's other DJ that was playing the festival called Steph Agostino, and I'd seen him a few times. Yeah, I think he played in Montreal. Not I think he played in Montreal before Timmy Trumpet last October, and he played before Lost Frequencies in January. So I've seen him a few times. And at one point, the last day before Tiesto was playing, I look on my left and Steph Agostino's there, and I look on my right and Chaos is there, and it's just kind of surreal because, well, they're not really super popular artists, but it's just like I was watching them on stage, and then they're like I can go talk to them if I want to. It just seems very weird. It's just surreal. So yeah, just a small thing like that. Um, yeah, they were just there to enjoy Tiesto and Don Diablo, so that's why they were there. They weren't there just to. It was not a meet and greet or anything like that. They were just there to enjoy the music, and it was just kind of yeah, like these chaos and stuff. There you go. That's interesting. Okay, so anyway, I'm done for this video. Absolutely. Oh no, I'll be very very quick. Yeah, so the bad thing is the ventilation in the house techno stage was not great. The opening time of the 3 days, like I said, was 10 to 15 minutes late each day, which is kind of crappy. There are a few artists I couldn't see, which I guess is like a really good complaint to have. If Escapade can have one complaint that they probably want everybody to have, is that there were too many good DJs they wanted to see. So I mentioned that I didn't see Chill because Jackie Hollander was playing at the same time. I think during Oscar Med-K, Alley Cat was playing, and I think during Nicky Romero, Avella was playing, and all of those were playing on the bass stage. I had friends that are big bass heads that were also attending, but they came a bit later, so they probably wouldn't have been at Escapade during those 3 days, those three acts. But yeah, so there's a few people I wanted to see that I didn't get to see just because there's so many choices, and I really wanted to see Leighton Giordani instead of Tiesto, but because the VIP section was an issue during Max Styler, I'm like I don't really want to struggle um, in getting a spot for Leighton Giordani, so I just stayed with Tiesto. And like I said, my group of friends was watching Tiesto anyway, so Leighton Giordani I didn't want to see, which is really disappointing. But again, it's like I was watching Tiesto instead, so it's not so it's it's not like it was like oh gee, this amazing DJ I'm seeing is taking time away from this other amazing DJ that I want to see. So not it's like you have backhanded compliments, right? This is like a front-handed complaint if you want to have that. Um, but yeah, so those are the four artists I really wanted to see that I couldn't see, or that not that I couldn't see, that I didn't see. So I'll mark them on my list of DJs to see for the next time I have the opportunity to see them. Um, but yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this. Fantastic weekend. I have zero complaints about the weekend. Again, the technical stuff, the getting in 10 minutes late, I feel bad for the artists because on the base stage, some of them only had like 45 minutes to play. So if they get in, if the people get in 15 minutes late, they go grab their bracelet to get booze, go grab booze, go to the stage. That's like half the set already is gone. So some of the DJs already had half their set gone by the time they get people in front of them. So that's kind of annoying. And then the ventilation for the house stage is kind of bad. And the VIP area is a bit small, but that was kind of only an issue this like very late third day. So, small complaint there. Um, but yeah, musically and like the lineup was absolutely insane. It was absolutely fantastic. Like the lineup is crazy. The music that the lineup played was crazy. The layout of the festival was really good. That's the thing that like again, not to foreshadow too much in this video, but Velt had an issue where if you were standing in certain spots at Velt, you can actually hear all three stages, which is kind of bonkers to me. This Escapade didn't have that issue. The stages were far away, pointing in the proper direction so that you wouldn't hear them at all. Oh, another thing about about the Escapade is the music is just very loud, extremely loud. Even with the earplugs I was wearing, good God, it was loud. Um, but yeah. Anyway, those complaints aside, like it's so much positive to say about Escapade. I have like it's not even going to be a question of whether I go next year, right? It's I'm gonna get a VIP. The biggest question for Escapade next year is what outfits am I wearing? Like, because I'm gonna go, I'm gonna get VIP. I'm gonna wait, anticipate the lineup with bated breath. I'm gonna anticipate the headliners. I'm gonna enjoy next year, that's for sure. So the biggest issue is like, what am I wearing? Which I guess is a good thing to have. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, I hope this was helpful. Yeah, very much enjoyed that. I've been to Veld. I will go to Ilsenik, and I will go to Riverside Music Festival, and so I will have videos for all of those. Because this year is crazy music year for me, summer for me, which I'm not complaining about. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye.